Social Media Mondays, where I share my stories, experience, thoughts, views, opinions with this journey I've been on with Positive Vibes since February 21st, 2013. I look forward to talking about the social media platforms, everything from Anchor, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Medium, Pinterest, and the list goes on. I also want to talk about the different apps that are out there that I have used and maybe that I have not used yet. I also want to talk about the connecting and engaging aspect of social media. There are so many different directions we can go, but I look forward to Positive Vibes Social Media Mondays to share the knowledge I have with you. Hey my friends, Positive Vibes here. How is everyone doing? Positive Vibes. I wear the mask. Main concept, don't judge a book by its cover. Main goal, spreading the positivity any way possible. I want to welcome you to Positive Vibes Influence Podcast, PIP126. Yes, it's episode 126, my friends. Right now, you just heard the intro because it is hashtag PV Social Media Mondays. So right now, I am recording here on the Instagram live, and I'm recording separately for my podcast as well. Before I continue, my friends, I hope all is good with you. I hope your weekend went well. The week before, the past week. I hope you have many, many blessed days ahead this week. Just lost my train of thought a little bit, but honestly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the love and support for Positive Vibes. Thank you for the love and support for one another. And thank you for the love and support for yourself. Keep your head up. Keep moving forward, my friends. This is hashtag PV Social Media Mondays, right? And of course, like I said, just recording for the podcast. And last week, what we talked about is, I'm just going to say hey to everyone. And so I appreciate everybody that's joined, that will join, that might have given me a few seconds in the past, a few seconds in the future. I really, really appreciate it. So last week we had a topic generally that we talked about work, right? That was a general concept. Of course, people that know me as Positive Vibes, we go in so many different directions, right? With whatever we talk about. This week, what we're doing and what we're focusing on is the word focus, right? So that's the main concept of this week with all the different lineup that I have from Monday to Sunday. So knowing this is hashtag PV social media, we're going to relate focus to the social media aspect, right? So the main thing that I have talked about many times in the past is how I started, right? With Positive Vibes. I just started by posting a single quote, at least a quote, if not more, every single day. And I did that consistently for about 3.5 years before I changed anything up. And the only change I made after that was that I started editing the photos myself, but it was still other quotes, right? So why I'm bringing that up to start off with is that all I did, my friends, was focus on a task in hand. And the task that I had in my mind, that I was just going to pick a quote, and I was going to post it. That's it, right? So all I was doing is simply taking quotes off the internet and posting it. That's where my focus was, right? So imagine me doing that consistently for 3.5 years, my friends, has changed into so many things now, right? The video content that I post, the written content, the being on the podcast, my station, doing the lives, like there's so many, all the connections, engagement, right? But again, it started with me just focusing on one thing, if you really looked at it, and that was just making sure I would post every single day, right? There's a reason that I repeat things over and over, because that's what's helped me, right? So imagine by me posting, again, focusing on one thing over and over and over again, it's helped me become the person I am today, right? Build my mindset, the one of the many things that I wanted to do, right? Building the platform of Positive Vibes, where I could not even have it imagined, where I started from and where I am now, right? Being on so many different platforms, just having fun with it, just creating content in so many different ways. When I even look at it, I'm like, I'm proud of myself, right? With the time, the effort that I put into it. And another thing before I forget about focus is one word that comes to my mind is consciously, right? When we consciously pay attention to what we're doing, what we're focusing on, it makes, I think, of a little bit of a bigger impact than not consciously paying attention. Now, you could be focusing on something, right? You could be focusing on your task, your job, right? You're focused. But it doesn't mean that, and I hope what I'm going to say makes sense, but even though you're focusing, you might still get, sidetracked. That's the word. I think that's the word. Maybe with the people around you, right? With the conversation that's happening, right? You lose focus a little bit. So focus, the main thing what I want to put out there is that when you think about focus, think about the word conscious as well, like consciously doing it, consciously paying attention to the task that you're doing and whatever that might be, right? People, what happens, right? We lay in bed, we're trying to go to sleep and we can't. Because honestly, one part of that could be because we're thinking about other things, right? Even though, we want to go to sleep, but we're thinking about what happened in the day, what happened yesterday, what might happen tomorrow, a good situation, a not so good situation, right? All of that. So that's one thing in relation that we come back to it, to social media, no matter what you're doing, my friends, right? And this is probably, when I say focus, is a little bit more of, for maybe, you're building a brand, you have a certain purpose of why you're posting, because some people post for fun, which is great, right? But that's what their focus is. They're just having fun with it. They're posting their family pictures or whatever it is, right? But I know for me, trying to build a brand, which, I probably didn't think as much about it at that time, right? About building a brand and so on. It was there, but I wasn't focused or consciously thinking about it, which probably worked in my favor, right? Because I could have possibly done things a lot differently. I feel that the way I started off was simply, like I said, I had one task and I went with it. And sometimes I know now, I sometimes need to step back and realize that, hey, maybe, to get certain things done, you need to slow down a little bit. You need to focus on one thing at a time. And it's trial and error, which I talked about 2 weeks ago, right? For the week, we talked about trial and error. It's about trying different things. So you see, the one thing I've been doing is connecting it, right? Trial and error was 3 weeks ago. Last week, pretty much we talked about, work. And now this week, we're talking about focus. But if you look at it, they're all hand in hand. So when we relate it to social media, you just need to try different things, right? Some things will work, some things won't. You need to put in the work. The more time and effort you're going to put in, most likely the results you're looking for are going to come a little bit quicker, right? And the focus, you need to consciously pay attention to what you're doing. Like right now, sometimes I realize that I might lose my train of thought, right? Or the direction I was going in. And sometimes it is because I'm thinking about already in my mind, what am I going to talk about next? Or, I might get sidetracked because, for whatever other reason, other thoughts are coming into my head. That's usually what it is. Or it could be something around me, right? So it's happened to me many times. I remember just recording my podcast, right? Recordings, and I could be talking, and then that's why I bring up rambling with positive vibes, which to a point I feel like I'm doing right now, but in a good way, right? As long as my main focus is to get my thoughts out there, my opinions, my views, right? So again, for your social media aspect, one of my recommendations is make sure that you focus. Even if you're going to do it, you're ready, you want to post something, you're trying to post a certain type of picture or video, make sure that you try your best to take some time out and say, okay, this 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I'm going to focus only on this. Of course, things come up, right? Of course, if you're busy with family, depending where you are, but knowing that it's okay, you move away from it, and when you come back to it, you get back and you get focused and use different things that might help you to focus, right? Whether it's finding that quiet place, whether you need, I like having music at times in the background, like beats, right? Like soothing sounds, things like that. Certain things might help you to focus. Maybe you need to go outside. Maybe before you even start, maybe you need to work out. Maybe you need to go for a walk, right? Maybe you need to have a conversation with someone. Whatever it might be, just the main thing is try different things that might help you, right? One thing that I know that I'm sort of focusing on with building my social media is having a little more of a routine, I guess. Because I always say, and I still do it, that I go with the flow, right? It's all about going with the flow. And that's something I've done. But I realized that maybe I need to be more consistent. Not to say I haven't had a bit of a routine, but in a different way. Routine is that I would do things consistently every single day. Like I said, post or making my recordings, making videos. Now I'm doing my lives. But maybe I need to have a little bit of focus on set timings, right? Of doing things, especially knowing now I'm going to be working from home and I have a set time for work. And of course, same thing, right? You have a set time you start work, you have breaks, you have your lunch, and you're done. So maybe that would help me with, and something I could try and see what works for me, what doesn't, right? So that's one thing I'm trying to focus on, is setting up a more of a schedule and timings to see if that helps me maybe with my ideas or how I put out my content, things of that nature. So again, I know that, maybe I went, in different directions with my conversation, possibly, and that's what I think, right? But I hope that, a few of my thoughts got out there. That's the whole point of Positive Vibes Social Media Mondays, is just to really share my thoughts, views, opinions, my experience, right? So I just want to say thank you, my friends, again, for the love and support for Positive Vibes, for one another, and for yourself. This was Positive Vibes Influence Podcast, PIP126, 126 episodes. Thank you once again for the few seconds that you have given me, that you may have given me in the past, and that you might give me in the future for anything. Keep doing your thing, my friends. Keep going. Keep moving forward. As my phrase goes, keep your head up and keep moving forward, my friends. We're all in this together. If you're looking forward to connect, engage, that's what I'm all about. I'm looking, like I keep saying, I'm looking just to continue to connect, reconnect. Whether it's something you want to do together that we do privately or share. I just feel like we're all in this together. We're all trying to move forward. And in the aspect of social media and focus, maybe there's something that we could work on, that we could focus on, right? To possibly help one another and help others as well. So once again, my friends, thank you. And I'll end this off by saying my hashtags, which is hashtag trust, hashtag positive vibes, hashtag world peace, and of course, hashtag PV social media. Take care, my friends, and tomorrow I'll connect with you once again on hashtag PV Connects Tuesdays. Take care, my friends.